For this presentation, we are going to focus on Red Bull. Red Bull is an Australian company founded by Dietrich and Cello. This company today is still private and operates in 171 countries. They are famously known for their Red Bull energy drink, pictured on the screen, and have a strong presence in the sports industry. Red Bull has done a tremendous job integrating its brand into segments of the market, such as sports, as those are the people commonly associated with drinking their product. Through this, they have subsidiaries such as Red Bull Racing, New York Red Bulls, the Red Bull Records, and promotional cards and airplanes. Their entire brand is market-driven, finding sections of the market where their product can thrive and maximizing on that opportunity before the competition does, also known as blue market strategy. In 2021, Red Bull had a 23.3% market share, while its competitor Monster had 23.2%. This is something that our presentation will talk about as we analyze our weaknesses and maximize on our opportunities to widen the gap. The last important piece of this conglomerate company is its environmental impact, which is quite large. They have mitigated this through lighter cans, the wall-to-wall principle, and environmentally friendly transportation. Red Bull is a powerhouse company that has dominated the energy drink market for years, but with competition rising, what will be their next move? Red Bull operates using a divisional model, meaning they have two focus groups inside this massive global company. This is very important to understand, not only from an internal role, but also for anyone doing business with this company. You can see in the picture, Red Bull is separated into two large sections, which consist of the Red Bull energy drinks and other businesses, which is basically their brand marketing, retail, and sponsorships. This shows that there is not a lot of communication between the production side and visual side of Red Bull. The bottom line is that there is very little crossover, and each section is responsible for different tasks. It is very clear the head decision-making of the entire company comes from the top, in the blue box, but the specific divisional strategies are enforced by the presidents of the grayish boxes. This is quite a simplistic business model, which has benefited Red Bull as they have been able to focus on their distribution and branding separate from one another. Having this simplicity allows for better communication between upper management and other employees. With that being said, it also allows for the company culture to spread fast from the top down, which also includes how the board and CEO tackle social issues. We will speak on social issues in a later section, but it is important to understand that the simplistic operation like this can have tremendous benefits and influence only if the top-level management promotes good corporate practices, as this structure can also lead to a hostile work environment if the CEO allows it.
So, on a corporate level, Red Bull operates as a conglomerate, which means that they have a controlling stake in several smaller companies, which you'll see on the next slide. Red Bull is owned by Dietrich Mateschitz and Chileo Uvita, and the story of Red Bull is as follows. The Red Bull drink was originally created by Chileo in 1962 in Thailand, where it was sold under the name of Creating Dang, and it immediately became popular across Asia. In the 1980s, when Dietrich was visiting Thailand as an Austrian entrepreneur, he realized that Chileo's drink helped his jet lag and became interested in the product. During this time, the two businessmen together founded Red Bull GmbH, where they each invested $500,000 of their savings and took a 49% stake in the company. The last 2% would be allocated to Chileo's son, Chilerm. Although the company was essentially started and split evenly, Dietrich ultimately runs the company himself and launched an Austrian/European version of the Red Bull drink in 1987. His version of the drink is the one that has dominated the energy drink market around the world, especially in Europe and the US. Chileo's original version, on the other hand, that is more sweet and less carbonated, still remains popular in Asia today. As mentioned previously, Red Bull is a conglomerate that owns several smaller companies and businesses, all of which operate under Red Bull's logo and can be seen on this slide. The graphic on the right shows how Red Bull has continued to add businesses to their conglomerate over the years, mainly staying in sports as that's what they're known for. Without reading through all of the examples on the left, Red Bull essentially has several teams in each sport, some of which include Formula One, soccer, ice hockey, and more. Otherwise, Red Bull puts their name on several other business types, including a record studio and even a media house, which will be discussed later on. Being a conglomerate works very well for Red Bull and, in my opinion, is one of the largest reasons why they're so successful. There are several advantages to being a conglomerate, including increased efficiency, diversification, which Red Bull clearly does, and then an expanded customer base since they're involved in so many different aspects of sports and otherwise. The company knows what they're good at, and being able to branch out to different markets but also be able to put their name on it is what keeps their brand recognition and corporate level strategy so strong.
For our SWOT analysis, we utilize the ice strip method to produce these items. For the company's strengths, we think the first one is its brand presence and marketing strategies. This starts with their infamous and catchy slogan, Red Bull gives you wings, and goes into their brand positioning in markets such as soccer, racing, aerospace, and more. Red Bull has been praised for its deliberate marketing, as they have only aligned themselves with audience who they know will use their products the most. This company will go down in history for some of the most memorable and successful marketing, as this is a core reason for its market dominance and brand loyalty. The next one is global. Red Bull's global footprint is huge, spanning into 171 countries. Their brand is not only successful in the United States, which is important to point out as they get their largest number of sales from Australia, which is where their headquarters is based in. The next one is customer loyalty. Red Bull's customer loyalty is a huge driver of sales. It is like the argument that Coca-Cola drinkers will never switch to Pepsi. It is the same thing in the energy drink market. Users of Red Bull will never switch to Monster. Customer commitment to this brand allows them to explore many more avenues of growth in the sports industry, as they do not have to solely worry about their sales decreasing, but more so on how to increase them. For their weaknesses, the first one is product differentiation. This is a company that is an example of one that has one successful product and runs with it, which is not always a good thing. Lacking product diversification gives the company challenges, especially when consumers drink more than just one type of drink throughout the day. To elaborate, Coca-Cola obviously has its groundbreaking soda, but they also own Monster, Vitamin Water, and Dasani, so customers will be more likely to buy Coca-Cola products throughout the day, which will increase their sales. Red Bull cannot do this as they only just have Red Bull products. The next one is a strict price point. To us, this is a huge weakness, as there is only a specific price range you can price them at until customers stop drinking it or look for cheaper alternatives. Currently in the US, a 16-ounce can of the original is $3.39 and an 8.4 ounce is $1.99. People often compare their prices to a good cup of coffee, a product that can rack up in spending quite quickly. The issue is that when costs become greater, say like high inflation like we are seeing today, how much can Red Bull really raise their prices before they see a drop in customers? They are not anywhere close to a necessity item, and with no product diversification, they are in a vulnerable spot when the economy is declining. The next one is heated competition. I mentioned in the opening slide Red Bull and Monster's US market share is off by 0.1%. Their margins are so close that this is a weakness, as with one wrong move, the positions can be changed. Another huge weakness inside of this is that Monster is owned by Coca-Cola, a company I mentioned that has great product diversification and capital coming in from so many places. Will Red Bull's luck run out, as they are neck and neck with the global powerhouse companies such as Coca-Cola? For their threats, the first one is health crisis. Every year, there is a greater push for a healthier lifestyle, with a specific focus on what you put into your body. France, Denmark, and Norway still have a ban on Red Bull and its ingredients, as it has such high levels of caffeine and is also linked to a higher miscarriage rate. Unlike companies like Coca-Cola, which already have healthier drink alternatives under its belt, Red Bull is a standalone company, and this is a major threat the company needs to be aware of. The next one is inflation and aluminum prices increasing. Currently, we are seeing inflation at record high rates for this time period, which only adds to the economic disturbances caused by the pandemic. While supply issues are still prevalent, inflation adds even more pressure on diminishing profit margins and increased costs for goods. With that comes raising prices, as products now cost more to produce. This is an issue that goes back to their weakness of strict price point, as they can only raise their prices so much before customers start to diminish. The good thing is they have strong customer loyalty, but that can only go so far when you're paying $5 every day for an energy drink. And lastly is their opportunities. Partnering with the vodka brand is the first one. Everyone knows the go-to drink at the bar is a vodka Red Bull, so why not capitalize on that? Partnering with the vodka brand would be an interesting way to still sell their actual product, but enter a new market without acquiring another company. With this partnership, they can come out with fun drinks, like a Red Bull branded Buzzball. It can give them the opportunity to start their quest into diversification in a small way. The next one is targeting and sponsoring college athletes. This one we think is really big, as Barstool has gotten so much promotion through the use of Barstool Athlete, so we think Red Bull should really get involved with this. This is something we also see Red Bull doing in the future as well, as it aligns perfectly with their brand image and focuses on a larger target audience for their drinks. And lastly is the growing industry. Energy drinks are forecasted to grow by 7% between 2022 and 2025, as sales reached $57.4 billion globally in 2020. There's also emerging markets of Europe, Africa, and South America, where multiple sources say their growth is going to skyrocket in the next few years. It is essential for Red Bull to maximize on these opportunities and be the first one into the market.
Corporate social responsibility, also known as CSR, is a corporation's initiative to assess and take responsibility for the company's effects on environmental and social well-being. In other words, it is what a company does every day to make sure they're leaving the world in a much better place for future generations. By practicing corporate social responsibility, companies such as Red Bull can be conscious of the kind of impact they are having on all aspects of society, including economic, social, and environmental. CSR can take many forms, but all end with the result that society benefits in some way. The four broad types of CSR are economic responsibilities, philanthropic responsibilities, legal responsibilities, and ethical responsibilities. Economic responsibilities include providing investments, creating jobs, and paying taxes. Philanthropic responsibilities is setting aside funds for corporate, social, and community projects. Legal responsibility is ensuring good relations with government officials. And lastly, ethical responsibility is adopting voluntary codes of governance and ethics. Not only does an effective CSR strategy provide good public relations for the firm and enhance its brand image, but it also creates loyalty and more sales in the long term. An example of this would be consumers specifically buying Red Bull products over its competition due to them feeling their purchase is providing a positive social impact. The CSR strategy has been so effective that it is evolving into a creating shared value, also known as CSV. This new model integrates the profit motive with solving social issues. Now, these upcoming slides are examples of how Red Bull is taking care of their corporate social responsibility. First, Red Bull does a fantastic job when it comes to being as environmentally friendly as possible. Red Bull emphasizes reducing their carbon emissions and energy use in their production and supply whenever possible. This can be seen in the company's product, production, transportation, and cooling systems they have created. For the product itself, each Red Bull can is light in weight and 100% recyclable. Along with this, aluminum cans are the most recycled type of beverage packaging in the world. From a production perspective, over 85% of their can production is from a sustainable wall-to-wall setup. This setup is centrally eco-friendly, has less internal transportation, and the same quality is guaranteed. Also, every Red Bull cardboard, tray, pad, and the display is made of recyclable cardboard. When it comes to transportation, aluminum cans save 20% more in space during transport compared to plastic and 40% compared to glass. This means fewer vehicles will be used during transportation, thus emitting fewer emissions into the air. Lastly, Red Bull has created new eco-coolers. These coolers use natural refrigerants, energy-efficient fans, smart temperature, and light regulating devices. Additionally, this new technology saves up to 50% more energy consumption than their previous coolers. Second, Red Bull does a fantastic job when it comes to philanthropy. On May 4th, 2014, Red Bull held its first ever Wings for Life World Run event. The event was created to raise funds for the not-for-profit foundation Wings for Life and increase awareness of the limitations and medical problems of the paraplegic. 100% of entry fees go to spinal cord research. And the event includes runners and wheelchair users globally with a fun and unique format. That being every runner, no matter where you are in the world, starts at the same time. And you run as far as you can until the catcher car passes you. And since its first year in 2014, the nonprofit foundation has had a grand total of 925,096 participants, running a total of 9,034,954 kilometers, and earning a whopping 33.3 million euros. Other philanthropic events the company has created are its Red Bull Basement and Amafico Academy. The Red Bull Basement gives entrepreneurs, creators, and innovators a chance to find their voice, showcase their skills and ambitions. The ultimate goal is to help the youth so that the future can be a better place. The Amafico Academy also helps entrepreneurs. The Amafico Academy is viewed as a launch pad for grassroots social entrepreneurs that are making a positive difference in their community. The event gives these individuals the inspiration, mentorship, and practical skills and tools they need to take themselves and their projects to the next level.
While Red Bull is extremely successful, especially considering they own the largest portion of the energy drink market in the US, they still have their barriers to growth. For one, they lack product variation and can be seen as one-dimensional, which risks product staleness. Yes, they do have several various products, but they're essentially the same drink with different flavors or features like being sugar-free or being 0 calorie. Monster, for example, Red Bull's greatest competitor, has much more variety than Red Bull, having product lines that include other things like coffee, juice, or tea. Another barrier to growth is Red Bull's demographics. They mainly focus on teenagers and young adults, typically from ages 16 to 29, as well as athletes and males specifically. While these demographics create a target market that has been working for Red Bull so far, that limits them from targeting those in other demographic groups where there could possibly be even more room for them to grow. Furthermore, the CDC as well as just healthcare concerns in general are another very prevalent barrier to growth for Red Bull. In 2004, for example, France banned the import of Red Bull into the country because of concern about the levels of caffeine, and this ban was not lifted until 2008. In 2009, a new drink of Red Bulls with Coke was found to have trace amounts of cocaine in it. This caused the drink to immediately be pulled off shelves everywhere. Overall, just the general change in society to consumers being more health conscious is a possible barrier to growth, as Red Bull is not known for being the healthiest option. One of the biggest barriers to growth additionally is their competition. These include brands like Monster, NOS, Rockstar, Amp, and more. Competition in the energy drink market is extremely tight and aggressive, and while it's hard to get into the market and be successful, more competitors are popping up that are growing in popularity like Celsius. Lastly, poor representation in media is a barrier to growth that can heavily affect any company, including Red Bull. One instance in 2014 was the famous lawsuit against Red Bull that was all over the media, in which a man sued the company citing their slogan as misleading, since Red Bull does not actually give you wings. Instances like this can deteriorate Red Bull's brand image and be a barrier to growth. As mentioned previously, Red Bull has many competitors, all of whom have their own barriers to growth as well. The first barrier to growth for these competitors is to break Red Bull's network effect. Red Bull owns the largest percentage of the energy drink market as well as stretches across many platforms which other competitors do not do. Their drinks are also sold in 171 countries, so their competition is forced to try to compensate for Red Bull's insane reach in some other way in order to remain relevant and stay afloat in the same market. Another barrier to growth that is essentially almost impossible for the competition to overcome is the consumer's personal preference. At the end of the day, someone may still choose a Red Bull drink over any of its competitors, whether that may be due to simply taste or just brand loyalty. Another barrier to growth of Red Bull's competition is not having enough capital. Since Red Bull continues to be the leader in their industry, others in the same market do not have the capital to have the same outreach as Red Bull, and that outreach is imperative to overall sales, which Red Bull exemplifies in their business model. A way for Red Bull to address being one-dimensional is by partnering with snack companies and collaborating to make a product that stretches into a different market. Reaching into the snack market is a good idea for Red Bull since many people snack while drinking their products already, meaning a market does in fact exist there. Besides snacks, Red Bull can create branded sports supplements, which again has a niche market that already fits with their brand culture. Conducting research to address any possible taste concerns can also address product staleness, since the results can determine whether Red Bull needs to change or add any products to their brand to better attract customers. Furthermore, to address demographics as a barrier to growth, Red Bull can try to target advertising towards other groups like those in their 40s who need energy to get through a tough workday, or just those abroad, as sales of Red Bull in other countries are not nearly as high as they are in the US. To overcome health concerns, Red Bull can try adapting their formula to a healthier version, possibly by coming out with a line that has less amounts of caffeine or taurine. Lastly, to tackle poor media representation and a hit to brand image, conducting external and internal management strategies like ice strips and prime facts will allow Red Bull to address any company fallbacks and see what they can do to better the company as a whole for their success.